Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Omori. We're back at a different point in the game, much earlier in the game. If you remember, after Sunny confronted his acrophobia, there was a knock at the door, and it seemed to be Mari, but opening the door we found out that it wasn't quite Mari. And knowing what we know now, it's a rather disturbing occurrence. But what would happen if we chose to not open the door? Sorry, Mari, but we don't like ghosts in this house. This is the first of several things we'll be doing differently in this playthrough of the game, although I'm not sure if this is actually mandatory to do in order to progress this plot line. However, I didn't show it off in the original Let's Play, or, well, the original playthrough for the Let's Play, so I figured, why not? And nothing in the reflection this time. Perhaps that's for the best. That is the first change we'll be seeing, but there'll be more significant ones to come, so I will see you at the next thing that changes. And we're returning to the first day we woke up as Sunny. This day will start just like it did the last time. We'll get up, hear a knock on our door, but of course, we gotta brush our teeth first. And we'll just take care of that. That incessant knocking, just wish it would go away. Now, we'll go to the door, see who might be at it. Old friend Kel. Well, we haven't seen Kel in 4 years. We haven't left this house in 4 years. Frankly, I do not see any reason to leave it today, so we'll do nothing. In fact, I think Sunny might have woken up a bit prematurely. His head is killing him. So, we're just gonna rest for a little bit longer. Really, who needs to go outside? We have all we could ever need inside this house. For instance, this computer over here. Let's just take a look at this. See, we could play blackjack on this computer. And really, isn't that as good as going outside? Let's bet some money. See, this was a good idea. Just immediately got a blackjack right away. Bet another 25. I want to stay on that. And we win again. See, isn't this great? This is so much better than just going outside. That said, we do have some work we need to do, so we better get to that. There are no achievements tied with blackjack, it's just a silly little thing for you to do if you feel like it. Now let's take a look at this to-do list. Looks like we gotta make sure the house has a nice floor before the movers get here. And with this broom in hand, Sunny is more cognizant of the dirt on the floor. And we'll just sweep that up. And that's what we'll do today when we stay inside. Just sweep. We won't go outside. We won't talk to Kel. We won't go to Faraway Park. We will not meet Aubrey. We will not meet Basil. We will not help out the people around town. We will not get Basil's photo album back. We will not say goodbye to Kel and plan to meet again tomorrow. Today, we will just sweep. We'll not even go out to become the Pet Rock champion. Truly, the greatest loss. And we will just sweep. And I see a first aid kit on that table. but there's no reason to take that. We won't be leaving this house, so there's no way we could get hurt. Just sweeping. And really, we do need to make sure the environment which we spend the rest of our life in is nice, clean, tidy, and orderly. Only have to do this every once in a while, really. I mean, what better use of our time could there be? We'll finish sweeping, and perhaps we can get to more blackjack. Or perhaps we can just take a break, rest in bed, stay with the friends inside our head. The happy, smiling friends who are always there for us, who always smile warmly behind us. Just sweeping. Just sweeping. But we're almost done. Just a little bit more in the kitchen, and then we have the whole day ahead of us. We don't really need to get through the whole list of chores on this first day. Now, just gotta go make sure the bathroom is clean. There we go. And that's it. And wasn't that a fun day? And looks like Sonny isn't quite as well as he fought. Begin to feel a little dizzy. And it's at this point that we awaken back in the lair of arachnophobia. But there's a slight difference this time. You see, because Sonny never met Kel, he never had his knife taken away, so he doesn't need to double back to the kitchen to get it. He can just cut right through this web. But that is where the changes end for this day, so I'll cut ahead, and we'll get to the next point where we won't necessarily be getting to content that is exclusive to this alternate playthrough, but we will see some things that I passed over just because they'd be better addressed in this playthrough. So, I'll meet you there. And we find ourselves back in Headspace. Now, like I said, this content isn't necessarily exclusive to this alternate route, but I feel it's better addressed here since the rewards for doing so actually matter by the end of the game. Now, we've got here Pessy. We haven't talked to this person in a very long time. If you remember, they were the Sweetheart Fin and Otherworld in the Sweetheart Head-shaped house. They seem to be a bit behind the times, though. I think your salesman ripped you off, but whatever. Oh, I already feel sorry for this guy. No, Aubrey? No. But yeah, this is right after we beat Sweetheart. Pessy is standing outside the door, and, you know, Sweetheart just kind of flew out of here married to soon-to-be space ex-husband. This guy is really wishful. And what would your most precious thing be? Whoop, misplaced it. Can't be that important, can it? Thanks. If you say so. You know, I swear I've heard that cough here somewhere before. Not as Sonny or Omori, but somewhere else. Now, this guy, once we take this quest, he has something to tell us. Yeah. Well, precious to him, anyway. And now he is known as the Shady Mole. Allegedly. Interesting. What is this device? A BED? Huh, Wonder what that stands for. Alright, well, BED sounds simple enough. Oh, I'm sure he's fine, Aubrey. You're just overthinking things. Yeah, well, I mean, what could it hurt? Worst comes to worst, if he doesn't give it back to the mayor, he can just make a new one. You're just being paranoid. Let's go get that BED. If you remember, the mayor is down this ladder. He was by King Carnivore. Now we actually have a reason to talk to him. But it looks like his son is a no-show and he needed him for something. Ah, he's testing the BED. Maybe we can get it from him. Alright, let's go see him. Now the son is over this way. Hey, what's this guy got to say? Some tofu, you say? Well, here you go. And for giving him that tofu, he gives us a big air horn. Not the kind that we can use in battle, but it looks like the sun is thoroughly testing the BED right now. Looks kind of familiar. Whatever. Let's use this big air horn to wake him up. Oh, you know, just some MLG guys. Could it be that you what? Oh! A sprout mole oversleeping? Perish the thought. What has the mayor sprout mole wrought? And now that we've awoken him, he's going to return to his father with the BED. You've noticed that the Christmas tree is still up, since I'm doing a bit of a quicker and dirtier playthrough this time around. Did not bother to ruin that guy's Christmas. I already got the achievement. We'll let him have his holiday spirit. And he returns with the BED. You'll never guess. Oh no. What terrible technology has he unleashed upon the unsuspecting Sprout Mole public? The BED is much too powerful. Man, this guy has such a cynical outlook. He must make the BED less comfortable so people don't sleep as effectively. Oh. Sweet. Well, that was easy. Now we can return it to the Shady Mole. Let's see what he's got for us. Well, yeah, anyways, we're just gonna pawn this off to a guy. Thanks. Now, what info does the Shady Mole have for us? Hopefully, he can point us in the right direction to getting Pessy's precious thing back. There you go, man. Got the BED for you. Hold up. Your end of the bargain. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Oh, I think I know who that is. Should have figured. Okay, this time she's just outright stealing. What a bully. Time to go confront her. Now, if you may remember, Rosa's abode is the one right here. This flamingo identifies it. Rosa, give us back Pessy's precious thing. Aw, oh, come on. They're happy together for, like, the next couple hours. Believe me, I think you're better off without, sweetheart. Flying Sprout Mole. Now there's an idea. Yeah, anyway, we're getting off track here. Give us Pessy's thing. The sweetheart merchandise that you stole? You did not find this one fair and square. Ow. Okay, go for it, hero. This has never failed you before. Man, he's even capable of doing it on a ladder. Oh. Looks like she is not impressed. Rosa only has eyes for one, and that one is Sweetheart. Well, let's go see if Shady Mole has something for us. Maybe he can help us out. Perhaps he has something that will make Rosa more agreeable. But yeah, you can see why I saved this quest for here. It's a bit of an extensive and goofy one that opens up right before the Lost Library. Technically, you can come back after it, but yeah, like I said, it really only matters on this alternate route, so we'll just do it here. Why do I keep saying that? Because at the end of the quest chain that this connects to, there will be a unique enemy for your Fofax journal. Now, obviously, on a route where we can't complete the journal, that doesn't matter, but for 100% completion on this route, we need to do it. I should also tell you, I didn't collect the joke book yet, and that was a mistake, but I don't plan on getting all the jokes because towards the end of this route, there is actually a unique joke specific to it, and I want to get that and tell it to Weeping Willow, because she leaves after you tell the construction one. Anyway, I think you'll change your tune with this. The blackmail is in your inventory, but you can't check it to find out what it is. Apparently it must be something pretty bad, though, because as soon as Rosa sees it... looks like she's willing to negotiate a deal now. Okay, okay. Yes, we wanted Pessy's thing. Suddenly it's not finders keepers anymore. Here you go. Calm, calm. Patience, it is a virtue. And thus, she burns it. Okay. Believe me, I don't want to spend any more time with you than I have to. Now, unlike the blackmail, we can actually take a look at Pessy's thing to see what this is. What is it? Ugh. Nah, that's a little too much Sweetheart for my taste, but whatever if it's that important to him. The game alludes to this many times over, but Sweetheart is in fact a human donut, which is why she has the hole in her midsection. Alright, Pessy, here you go. Hopefully this was worth it. Alright, you got anything good for us? Let me guess, is it Sweetheart merchandise? Aha. Now, the Sweetheart bust, and that is a statue of her head, is actually a weapon for Aubrey. You might want to get that cough looked at, my dude. I'm not gonna loan you any money, Pessy, though. You're really creepy. You're not like the nice old hobo in the park. But yes, this is a weapon for Aubrey, and it's a really unique one. As you can see, it has a very massive attack value, 12 over the body pillow, but it absolutely tanks her speed and gives her an accuracy penalty. Now, I don't find the penalties associated with the weapon to really make it worth the attack buff, but there is one fight particular, much later in the game, where the speed penalty can actually be worked to your advantage. We'll talk about that when we get there. Now, before we head into the Lost Library, there is in fact one more quest that we can do in Sweetheart's Castle, and you can do this anytime after you defeat Sweetheart. You may remember when coming through this hallway, there's a door with a bunch of paint cans in front of it, but those cans have cleared out once we've beaten Sweetheart. And looks like we've got an aspiring artist over here. Legasp. Hoi 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 hoi. Well, you got a nice laugh there. Who are you exactly? I believe you're making some assumptions about us right now, good sir. You're using that a little excessively. And this is Rococo. I assume that's how that's pronounced. Yeah, he's kind of a nut. Let's go. We'd rather not, honestly. Yes, please, get... Oh, okay. Oh boy, he's gonna bore us to death, isn't he? Uh-huh. 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 Yeah... Right. Where was this planet exactly? Ah, well, we've actually been there. So you're an elf. A space elf. Ah, so it's probably related to those donut grannies we saw in the Orange Oasis. Well, it does not surprise me that you are something of a wimp, Rococo. Well, I guess you can relate to Kel on that. What exactly is the purpose of this story? What if your species just did not die? I think that would be better. I thank you. Uh-huh. That is some ambition you got there. It might have been an important thing to mention if you wanted the relationship to maintain stable. I'm guessing this might tie into why you're locked in the basement. I can't imagine why she'd grow apart from you. I can't imagine why Sweetheart would grow apart from anybody. That's an almost altruistic sentiment coming from Sweetheart. You know, I feel like there's more to this story than what he's telling us. By wandering aimlessly, do you mean holing up in this specific room? Surviving off toast. Is that like cannibalism? Well, that was a nice story, but can we please go now? Why would you ever think that? Yeah, sorry and all, but we gotta go. What else could you say? Uh-huh. Oh. Well, I did see you working on a painting there. Planning on opening up a gallery? Only 6 portraits, though? Wait, what's this about a discount? I don't really know. Do we want to pay this guy to draw something? Yeah, that is pretty pricey. Oof. Well, yeah, we'll think about it. Except we're not gonna think very hard about it at all. We're gonna pay him because paying Rococo to paint for us, that is something of a game-long side quest. We'll pay him, and after a certain point, he'll make a painting for us. Or rather, he'll have a painting posted up in that gallery for us. Now, I've read that you can do this on the main route, but I've never seen him advance past the second painting, and I spent like a good hour messing around. I think it's a mixture of his paintings, when they're completed, is tied to story progress and actual time that's progressed. And if you pass the relevant story events, it only takes him like a few minutes to finish. But anyway, we're gonna do our first commission with him. I think this one finishes right around when you finish up at Last Resort. You just come back and it'll be ready for you. And then the second one, that one finishes after you clear out Humphrey. But I'm not exactly sure when the following ones clear out, and I've never seen him pass the second painting on our main route playthrough. But that's all we can really do for now, so I'm just gonna cut ahead to when we're back in Faraway Town, or rather back in Sunny's house. So, I'll meet you there. I'm sure you won't. And once again, we rejoin with Sunny back in his room. We'll have another chore to get through today, but you must always start the day right. We'll check our messages from our mother. And sadly, there's nothing too different about these calls on the alternate route. But we did not visit Kel this time, Mother. Hope to see you soon. We'll start the day off right and brush our teeth. But there is no one knocking for us today. No door to answer. No reason to go out. So we can easily focus on our chores. No reason to play blackjack today. I don't feel like it. Let's just wash the dishes. And that is the chore for today. We roll up our sleeves, and a menu comes up, and we get to wash the dishes. We select one, and Sunny gets to work on scrubbing it down, nice and clean. And we wash. We grab the mug, and we wash it. We don't hang out with Kel today. We just wash this wine glass. We don't go to the park and meet Basil today. We just wash this ornate plate. We don't pick up any groceries. Don't get anything for Hero. No sandwiches, no cookies. We just wash this polka dot mug. We do not do a good job delivering pizzas. We do not collect seashells. We do not get a necklace. We wash the dishes. It's a nice clean frying pan. We don't go to Kel's house. We don't take his money. Don't go through his mom's purse. We don't hear from Polly about how Basil is missing. We wash the dishes. We don't fight with Aubrey's gang. We don't save Basil from drowning. We don't meet Hero. We just wash the dishes. We don't reunite the fighting married couple. We don't go around town, see what there is to see with Hero. Do not go to the church. Do not encourage Mincy. Just wash this glass cup. We do not return to Kel's house with Hero. Do not get reminded of how we're a part of their family. Do not bring Hero and Kel back home to check out the house. Just grab the spatula and wash it. No sleepovers tonight. Just washing dishes. And grab the metal spoon, and we wash it. And finally, take the baking pan and clean it out. And what do you know? With all the things that we didn't do, we got through the dishes in no time at all. But looks like Sunny needs to wash himself now. I think the sink is a little too small for him, so we'll go to the people sink, the bath. And upon entering the bath, well, what does he do? He takes a bath, of course. Why would you expect anything else? The water kinda reminds Sunny of how he somewhat fears drowning. And it is at this point that, for no apparent reason, we are thrust into the sequence with thalassophobia. Not really a fan of how it's handled on this route, it just kind of arbitrarily occurs, and there isn't really much reason for Sunny to confront the fear. But we must take care of it, because after all, Sunny does need to conquer his fear of drowning in order to progress the game. So I'll just take care of that off-screen, and when I see you again, we will be back in Headspace, progressing with our next quest there. See you in a bit. And here we are, back in Headspace. It's at this point where the game starts to diverge pretty heavily in the Headspace segments as well as the faraway town segments. Up until now, basically the only things different we've been seeing have really been happening inside Sunny's house, and otherwise, content that has been exclusive to Headspace is just the stuff that I've decided to reserve for this playthrough. But, unlike the other playthrough, when we come to this dock on the third day, it'll be Kel who's waiting for us instead of Mari. And he tells us basically what he does at last resort. But the circumstances are a little different. It seems like Kel has been put quite a distance away from the resort. Yeah, no, it really isn't, yeah. I'm wondering how badly he screwed up in this alternate universe that he got shunted all the way out here. But, once again, Omori, in a manner of speaking, has conquered his fear of drowning. So, we can head on in. Now I said that the confrontations with the phobias don't really make so much sense in this playthrough, but on the final day, it does get something of a justification, and we'll be seeing that later. But for now, you can basically just consider it plot advancement scenes, things that allow Omori to actually continue exploring. Now you may notice, there was no big foggy lake, no dilapidated houses, no lighthouse, no docks with shadowy visages of our friends, nothing. No scene with Mari. We just make it straight to the well. Of course, can't expect the ladder to be any shorter in this playthrough either. Yeah, we're going quite a distance. It's okay, Kel. It's not your fault. Well, okay, you probably did badly enough to get sent so far away. Maybe it's kinda, sorta your fault, but we don't hold it against you. Once again, collect the M key. And what the heck, let's check the hole again. Can never check those too many times. Some of the scenes are fairly creepy. Always fun to see. Now, slight difference with this playthrough. Last time when we came through here, Omori was by himself, so he couldn't get through the toll because the guy said to come back with friends. Well, we have at least a friend in this playthrough, so let's talk to him now and see what he says. Yeah, we get to see that in the near future. Now, if we talk to this guy with Kel, unfortunately, it's a double carpool lane, so we do have to have 4 friends. Well, 3 friends and Omori. Just thought I'd show that off. A very minor difference. And let's just take the taxi. No sense in going down the endless highway. Nothing about it is different in this playthrough. And here we are, once again, at the last resort. Just seem to keep ending up back here. Alright. Not gonna bother turning on the boombox this time. Let's just get to the new content. Alright. Now, this time, the Mari picnic scene will play out a little differently, because we didn't have that scene with her at the docks. And Omori does not have any reason to be apprehensive, really. You read my mind, Kel. Yeah, but we've got other stuff to get to first. Now, first off, we want to talk to Mari. Just seems to always beat us to where we try to go. And it doesn't look like Omori is apprehensive this time. Oh, Mari, it's so good that you're there to just keep us reminded of what we need to do. I wonder if the resolution to that quest will be slightly cheerier in this version of the game than how it played out in the main playthrough. And once again, we have to explore the last resort. Now, that's basically the end of the new content for now. We'll restore ourselves with some raw seafood. In this version of the game, we actually can get the achievement for restoring ourselves at every Mari's picnic, so we do gotta make sure to do that. But there is one more thing before I have to cut the video here and just play through a bunch of repeated content. You may remember when we grabbed the O key, there was a hole we could enter that had 2 videotapes, but we could only play one of them. We chose to watch Omori's videotape, but now that we're here again, we can check out what's on Basil's videotape. Not gonna bother grabbing the Ghost Party side quest. I've been skipping a lot of the side quests in this playthrough since most of them, not a lot of them actually do have any kind of achievement attached to them, and unlike the Faraway Town side quests, there is actually no pressure to complete these on the same day you come across them. You can complete them whenever, so they're a bit more forgiving like that. But let's just get the O key. And, once again, reach into the hole. Well, go into the hole. Another moment of falling. And once again, we find ourselves before the videotapes. We'll take the Basil tape this time. What does this tape have on it? Ominous, but what does it really mean? Perhaps we'll find out later. But that's all there is to do at this point, so when we come back, I will meet you at the next bit of new content to show. Alright, and we've finished up everything we needed to do in the last resort. Now that we've done the Pessie's Thing side quest, something different will be here. Hey, it's the Shady Mole! Yeah, thanks for that. What exactly is he here for? Oh, Aubrey, you're so suspicious. Yeah, I think the Shady Mole, he's a good guy. What is this? Yeah, inform us. Clems, you say? Oh, that would be terrible. All these clams I got, and then suddenly just couldn't use them anymore? Oh, so we could trade our clams for Clems. Yeah, he is totally such a good guy. Aubrey, come on. If the Clems change happens today, we'll be completely out of all our money. Yeah. I think we should. Let's get the Clems. Alright. We are trailblazers. Oh, Aubrey, don't be like that. See, he's just going around helping people. So, we're completely out of our clams, but now we've got clems. I'm sure these will be worth something at some point. Now, for doing that side quest, giving over all your clams for clems, you get an achievement, but also it opens up something else later on the line, which we'll be cutting ahead to that, so I'll just take the taxi here. And here we are, back in that cave that had all those objects in it. But this time, something is different. Shady Mole is here! And we are thrust into, I guess what you could call a boss fight with him, although he's not really that threatening. What we're just going to do is maximize our returns on this by making him angry and then just go full beatdown on him. But this guy is critical to filling out your Fofax journal. You may have noticed when I last checked the journal that there was a blank spot after King Carnivore but before Sweetheart. That would be this guy. So that is the end result of the Pessie's Thing side quest, is getting the last entry for your Fofax journal. Pretty critical. Fortunately, unlike some other foes, this guy is never lost forever, so if you do miss the side quest early on, you can just come back for it later. The only reason I really didn't do it is because there isn't much payoff for this besides getting... Once we defeat him, we'll get our clams back, and you can't complete the Fofax journal on the main route, so best to just do it here. Nothing too threatening, though. And there we go, got our clams. Also, in this playthrough, a new object here, a BED, otherwise known as the Better Exhaustion Destroyer, if you were wondering what that acronym was. Now excuse me as I collect these items, and I will meet you guys at our next point of interest. See you there. And we're back again, being chased by the Chimera. Now why am I at this specific part of the game? Because in this route, I took a slightly different way through Humphrey, and we get saved by Big Molio. And once again, he just flies off. But yes, this is the great fortune that he claims he will bless us with. If we don't see this scene, then he just doesn't do anything. Why didn't I show this on the main route? Because you have to go through Medusa's area first, and I feel that one, just the way the scenes go, that one's best last in a standard playthrough. But I did want to show that off. When we come back, we'll be doing more interesting things. And by more important things, I mean we have to kill this chicken, because it has displeased me greatly. Alright, this time around, we should be able to go faster than it. I've got Kel rocking the contract, as you can see. So he should have the speed to go first and hit it with Ricochet. And it doesn't have very much HP, so this should kill it. Yes! Get a nice bit of EXP for defeating it. And the chicken ball, which is the real reward, honestly. Now, this is one of Kel's ultimate weapons. He has... most characters have multiple ultimate weapons. Yeah. It's just they're differing levels of ultimate. Now, what does the chicken ball do? As you can see, it doesn't give him much attack, but it absolutely jacks up his speed by a ton. 313, pretty good. This means that run and gun will just hit for insane amounts of damage, especially if you flex it. So we might be able to see some of that, but that's all I want to take care of. Now we'll actually be getting to more interesting content. And here we are again, at the end of Black Space. On the way here, there is only one extremely minor change that I did not feel was worth showing. When you pass by the field of tulips on the way to the entrance to Black Space, you do not get Basil's description of tulips relating them to Sunny. Otherwise, the trip through Black Space is completely identical to how it is on the main route, which honestly I feel like is something of a lost opportunity. However, once we reach the church, things play out fairly differently at this point. Just take this key. And grab this flower crown. You may already be noticing a difference here. pick it up and head on in through the door. And once again, we awaken in faraway town as Omori. Sunny is no more, having fully shut himself off, but he can never get away from something. But the mirror tells no lies. You may notice we have a stab option in our menu now, something that was previously unavailable to us in Faraway Town. And once again, the message from our mother letting us know that tomorrow is the day we move. There is no finality for any of the loose ends that Sunny may have left behind in Faraway Town, as he decided to never leave his house ever again. And I suppose he never will, as it is Omori who is running the show now. Not that he has much different to do from Sunny. He must still organize his belongings. Let's take a look at what we got in the big box of stuff. Well, a duets for piano and violin. That's a book, so we'll put it in our book box. We've got toys to go in the toy box. Some dry modeling clay, also a toy. An old can of Orange Joe, that's just garbage. There is no breakfast with our close friends and non-blood brothers, just sorting through our stuff. We will not head out to patch things up with Aubrey, to reunite as friends once more. We will just sort through our old belongings. Sunny will never say anything to Basil ever again, nor to Kel, nor to Hiro, nor to Aubrey. In fact, you could argue that Sunny will never say anything again, period, as Omori has taken over. What does this mean for the rest of his life? I guess that just remains to be seen, but for now, we're just sorting through our belongings. Looking at the various mementos of Sunny's past, and wondering if these will have any impact on Omori's future. Trash goes in the trash box. An old rainbow xylophone in the toy box. What more could we hope to find in Sunny's past possessions? An old toy car, presumably to go with that remote we found earlier. Boy, isn't this exciting? What else could we be doing on a day like this? Many things. There were many things that Sunny could have done in Faraway Town, but unfortunately, it's Omori's show now. And Omori has decided that until we move, we are not leaving this house. A pinwheel makes Omori think of Aubrey. Sweetheart doll. Perhaps that's something Omori could stand to think less about. The kid and his kite. Well, we've already traded blows with him. A single puzzle piece. I'm just gonna break the mood here and say I don't know if that goes in the toy box or the trash box. I'm gonna guess the trash box. It does not actually matter. Also, for doing all of Sunny's chores up to this point, we get an achievement for being a diligent son. Hungry Humphrey. Again, another thing that Omori could stand to think less about. The benefits of tofu. I believe the sprout moles of Headspace would have many things to say about that. An old smelly sock. I'm confident to say that this is garbage. At the very least, does not qualify for the other boxes. An old mini toy piano. For some reason, Omori feels the temptation to throw it in the trash, but he will file it away properly. The food pyramid, but I doubt this one features a dino dig. An old yo-yo. I believe I've seen a kid once use yo-yos as weapons. I can't recall where I've seen that, though. Metal Jackson balls into the toy box. What more can we expect to find in the large cardboard box? A broken kite? I figure that would probably go in the trash. A pen cap? Again, also trash. And that is it. And we've sorted away. It should be good enough for now. But it's at this point that it all starts to become a little overwhelming for Omori. No matter how hard he tries, he cannot escape the eyes of something, and it will always be following him, no matter how much he wishes to leave it behind. Something will always be behind him. Perhaps it would be best to just end it now. When we stab ourselves, we leave white space, but what do you figure would happen if we stab ourselves right in the middle of Omori's mother's bedroom? And with a slight hesitation, he plunges the cold steel right into his abdomen. But unlike when Omori does it in Headspace, the results are considerably messier in the real world. And with that, Omori is dead. A mother tries to place a call to her son that he will never answer, and with that, we have our first ending of Omori. Now obviously, I'm not going to let the game end like that, come on, but for the sake of showing it off, and since that's a good stopping point for this video, I believe we'll leave it there for now. As the credits roll, the phone rings endlessly, and that is where we will end this video as well. Until next time, please, have a good evening. Goodbye.